Broadway fans, stands, and everyone in between. My name is Audrey Safrisha, but by now you probably already know that because my channel name is my name. Anyways, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about some controversy that has arisen over the teen musical. So, this whole idea, this whole inspiration all began when I was just casually on Twitter. I was just going through my tweets, and boom! I see Joe Iconis tweeting about how he's so upset about how these think pieces and editorials are coming out, criticizing and critiquing Beetlejuice, Lightning Thief, calling them juvenile and whiny, and Lightning Thief's budget being so small and looking so cheap. And so I looked into it more, and I'm pretty sure the article he is referring to is the American Theater Wing's piece that's titled "Don't Blame It on the Youth." And "Don't Blame It on the Youth," I read the article, and I kind of agree with a lot of the points, but I kind of don't, and I feel like there's a very big stigma for teen musicals, and I don't think there should be. And I actually made a video a while back, which you guys should watch, and has gotten really good views. And it's titled, "Dear Evan Hansen, the most problematic show ever? ? And in this video, I basically went over why I think Evan Hansen, decades from now, is going to be very problematic, and why it is kind of now, and how I think a lot of teen musicals share these same issues. And in this video, I'm going to be going over every kind of teen musical that's kind of like Lightning Thief, Beetlejuice, Prom, Dear Evan Hansen, and just kind of, I think, picking them apart, essentially. So, if you guys are upset about what I'm going to say, because I think I'm going to upset some people, please do not attack me. But honestly, at this point, you've stopped watching the video. So I guess I don't have to really worry about what people are gonna say. Just don't dislike the video. Anyways, number one is Be More Chill. So Be More Chill. So let's start first with the American Theater Wing article. Their major issue is like it's all the teen musicals. Be More Chill, Dear Evan Hansen, The Lightning Thief, Harry Potter. Those are some of the examples they used. All focus on straight white males. I don't think that's a major issue. Kind of. They say that, the fandoms of these shows relate to them, or they try to make them gay or different gender, or trying to make them fit what they want their characters to be. When in reality, the characters are not like that at all. They just try to make it more relatable to themselves. And I do have to admit, the big issue that I have with these teen musicals is that all of the leads, even in the Prom, are white people. Prom is white, lesbians, women, and that's great. But there's not a lot of diversity in these teen musicals. Not really. The ensemble is diverse, but the leads are not. Be More Chill, white male, and a bit more of a diverse ensemble. It's like 10 people, but we're talking about leads. We're not talking about ensemble. We're talking about the leads, because leads are important. You know what I mean? Like, you could have a very diverse ensemble, but if you have 5 of the leads are all white, I think it's kind of a bit of an issue. Dear Evan Hansen is notoriously a white production with only one person of color in it, which is Alana Beck. Although recently they've gotten a little bit better, and Jordan Fisher is going to be the first person of color, Evan Hansen, which is great. Mean Girls is majority of the leads are white. The Prom majority is really white. Like, there's some white people in Prom. And Lightning Thief is white male. Straight white lead male. Tongue twister. Anyways, and I feel like they preach diversity. They preach inclusion and acceptance. All these musicals, and I love that. But there are some shows, and I would say the Prom is probably the least problematic. I just think that I think the Prom, just in the future, just should be a more diverse cast. Or, like, the leads should be people of color, like African American or Asian or Hispanic or Filipino. But besides that, the Prom doesn't really have any other issues. But Dear Evan Hansen and Be More Chill are definitely the most problematic shows, in my opinion. Like, they have 2 main characters who are straight white lead males who do terrible things to get what they want, and they still come out of it pretty much renewed and pretty much okay. And I think that 20 years from now, this is going to sit right with people. How, like, they're going to say, why are these white males getting away with these notoriously, like, they do bad things to people. Evan completely tricks an entire family into thinking he was friends with their dead son so he can get a girl and get laid in essence and just feel more inclusive. Although Evan's motives are a bit more sympathetic than Jeremy's, when Jeremy really just wants to get laid, also get a girl, and just be more accepted too. But I feel like Jeremy is less sympathetic than Evan. Although we still relate to these characters. But I wouldn't say that changing the race would make their deeds less horrific. But it would give the sense of it's another story about straight white males getting away with some pretty like not so great stuff. And they still able to come out of it redeemed. And I think, not right now, but I think years from now, like, if you shows like Carousel, very problematic show. But when it first came out, it was very, like, deal with domestic abuse and all this stuff. Or, like, you have different musicals, like, How to Succeed, that have very sexist, remarks or books in it. It's a very problematic show. And I think 30 years from now, 20 years from now, these shows are going to face those same controversies, whether it's a revival or a production. Like, Thoroughly Modern Millie, like, recently, community productions were shut down because of the racist material that was in it. So I think we really got to look at the facts, is that these shows are very problematic because of those reasons. Like, the story and essence of it, you can't change that. I don't think you should change it. But you can start off by making it not another story about straight white lead males getting away with stuff. It's interesting because what I've realized is Jeremy and Evan, you have to be like a certain body type, you have to have a certain vocal thing, and I feel like the message is that the creators be more chill and Steven Hansen be more chill. All shapes, creeds, colors, religions are in these shows, and that's true. But the leads are kind of a specific type. They're a specific leading man type. And I think that's a bit of an issue. I kind of find I find not offense with it, but I have an issue with it. Because, like, I could not see myself being a Jeremy or an Evan in, like, a production of Broadway or anything like that. Because I wouldn't fit the type. You know what I mean? Like, and that's an issue. That's a problem that I think we're not addressing. Lightning Thief, I don't know a lot about Lightning Thief. But in the article, they said, this kid, obviously he's lost his dad, and he's dealing with stuff, but he's still a white male in a middle-class place whose issues are, he's privileged in a certain way, and I kind of agree with that. Like, the issues he's dealing with are very realistic. But I think what they're trying to pinpoint, and what other people have pinpointed, especially Jesse Green, whiny privileged white boys, is that it's not like they are dealing with poverty or racism or discrimination. You know what I mean? Like, Jeremy and Evan are gonna be fine in life. They're gonna get jobs. They're not gonna face racism or gender discrimination. Same thing with the main lead for Lightning Thief. And I think that's what people are kind of referring to. Because the issues that Evan, Jeremy, and whoever the main character's lead's name is in Lightning Thief, they're all dealing with very specific issues. And their issues shouldn't be, I think, brought down or like, made lesser than. But I think what they're aiming at is, like, in the future, or in general, these lead males aren't going to deal with a lot of stuff that the fans are. Because a lot of the fans for BMC, David Hansen, Lightning Thief, they're, like, very diverse. You have people of color, you have transgender people, you have gay people, you have bi people, you have pansexual people, you have all kinds of different genders and pronouns and races and ethnicities that are fans of these shows. I'm not white. And whilst I think that in general, Broadway shows have always had an issue where the leads are white. Like, yes, Carousel had a black lead. Hadestown's leads are white. Well, Eva is Asian, I guess, but Leave is a white male. Bands of His, I guess, is a bit of an exception. Hamilton, obviously, was the big one, but majority of shows have white male leads. Even Beetlejuice is very white. Otho is obviously Asian, but there's obviously a diverse ensemble, and it's like, yes, diverse ensemble, but in the future, we need to have diverse leads. Like, I want to see African Americans and Asians as the leads 20 years from now. And I think that can't happen. And if no one else is going to do it, well, I guess I'm just going to have to do it. But yeah, and Lightning Thief being cheap, like, that's a big quarrel that a lot of people have. Again, it's another case where I don't think Lightning Thief should have gone to Broadway. Like, it just feels like a show that you would see in an off-Broadway place, or you wouldn't see it in, like, this huge, gigantum theater. You know what I mean? Like, I think the designs are great and what they represent is great, like, but it just, I think there's a standard for what Broadway set designs have to be, and Lightning Thief didn't go to that level, and what they had fit better in a smaller space than in a bigger space. And it's all about what's right for the show. And I mean, I don't know if I released a video yet or you'll see it, but it's why Beetlejuice Show failed, and I said how, you know, it wasn't that Beetlejuice Show didn't deserve to be on Broadway, but it's all about what's the best place for the show. And in my opinion, it's off Broadway. There's some shows that you just feel like would just thrive in a smaller space than in a bigger space. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's my, like, thoughts and opinions on the think pieces and Iconis' tweets. Anyways, guys, that's my opinions and thoughts on this. Please don't attack me, but probably no one's going to be watching anymore. So, yeah, so please like, subscribe, and comment, and have a great Christmas, and peace.